Hey, you guys. Hey, Scott.
Hey John, how are you?
I'm good, lad. I'm good.
Congratulations on the film.
Thank you.
I watched it this afternoon, and it's fantastic, and it was a great, in the nicest way, like nice history lesson for a Brit to know the inner workings of a president, because sometimes you don't get to know. I wanted
Well,
to
you
ask
had
you, I'm
you
curious
had
with
a
you,
very nice Brit in the film, of course.
of
Uh,
course,
Margaret Thatcher really,
Margaret Thatcher.
and I think Margaret Thatcher, to me, uh, they haven't done the proper tribute to her yet. I think that
That's
by
right.
film, I think Meryl did it when she was in dementia and all of that, but the real proper tribute to her has yet to be done. And I was so very glad to be able to give to be part of this film that gave her some attention
Yeah,
because
I'm sure
she
they
and
will. I'm
Ronald
sure so
Reagan were
will.
close. They were like a political wedding marriage, you know.
Yeah,
They
they
were
certainly were
very,
in the 80s.
very, very extraordinary relationship.
I was curious with you because you played presidents before, and in this one you get to play, as I understand it, a bit of an amalgamation of a few different people. How was that for you, given that you've played the kind of roles that Dennis takes on in this before?
Well, I think Dennis did a good job, really wonderful job at representing Ronald Reagan, and Penelope Ann Miller was wonderful as Nancy, and their relationship was terrific. It's the heart of the film, really. Um, for myself, I was intrigued to play a character that was several years older than myself and 35 years younger than myself, the younger and older Viktor Petrovich. And to do that, I had to have good makeup, and I'm a makeup guy. I love to see what we can do, and with funny walks or different kinds of things, I'm always looking at the physical too. And and I and they gave me just for my for a little screen test we were trying to do, like they gave me a wonderful makeup man, Scott Wheeler, and thank God he was available to do the film because he's a wonderful makeup fellow, and I was very pleased with the makeup here, and we worked very well together. So anyway, I must give a shout out and a thank you to that artist. You know.
Yeah, it's always nice to be more physical, isn't it? In that sense, given that you can do it with CGI these days, is it good for you as an actor to have the physicality rather than dots on your face? I can imagine.
No, I did have stuff on my face. That's what
Oh,
I'm
you
saying.
did. Oh,
Oh,
you did
I
a bit of both.
did. It was a real makeup job, and it was
Yeah.
very subtle and very thought through, and I think very successful.
Mm.
So and anyway, I collaborated with Scott, and it was fun. I I
Yeah.
I say this. I'm related to some actors of my day, or everybody in my generation is influenced by great British actors and great American actors. Certainly, Marlon Brando was part of that.
Mm.
But I also am related to Lon Chaney, who changed, did all these very crazy makeups, and his makeup box was famous, He was a great
Yeah.
actor in every way. He certainly could play very, very close to his own personality as well, very effectively. But he had this love for changing himself, the Hunchback of Notre Dame and Phantom of the Opera and all these things.
Mm.
He had an extraordinary box of stuff that he used. Anyway, so I think I'm kind of a continuation of that thought.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on this? Because of obviously you shot it during COVID, and now it's coming out ironically on a election year with all that stuff going over in your neck of the
Yeah.
woods. Is it
Well,
actually good timing that this is brought up when the election
well,
is gearing up?
it's obviously to have a portrait of one of our very great presidents, uh, certainly of the modern era. Reagan was tops, and uh, uh, and to have that portrait come out at this time, it's maybe fortuitous. It was supposed to come out a year and a half ago or something. Do you see?
Mm.
We couldn't make it because it was slowed down because of COVID and because of the strike then happened, and we couldn't work on the CGI and stuff like that. So it had to have a later date. So we take it as maybe it's a blessing, maybe because people would be interested in the presidency, a good presidency, and take a look at it and see what its demands are, and see a fellow who negotiated those waters very gracefully. Let's take a look at it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, John, listen, it's an absolute pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much for your time today. And yeah, I hope the film goes really well for you.
Great. God bless. Thanks a
Thank you
lot.
so much. Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys!
Hey you guys!
Hey, that's what they all say.
Hey you guys!
Hey,